104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. Joined right now by Ricardo Lockett and Dr. Herman Taylor. They are working with the football players' health study at Harvard University. Now, I'm going to start with the moment that I don't even know if you want to talk about it anymore, but it's one of the most resounding, scary moments I've ever seen on the football field. Seahawks versus Dallas. Hit that doesn't look life-changing, but it is. Do you remember it at this point? Can you watch it? Where are you at?
I'm good. It's a bump in the road, but you keep moving forward. Of course, I mean, I've hit people 20 times harder than that, but I just think it was, sometimes when the body is relaxed and then you take high impact and then you hit the ground in an awkward way, then certain things happen. So I don't think it was a direct hit. I think it was a lot of things that happened in that second that happened to go wrong. But yeah, I can look at it. I looked at it more than once, and I can look at it right now. You keep moving. You keep moving forward. If you dwell in the past, then there's no way you can enjoy the present or the future. So my main thing is enjoying this 24, and I've been blessed to have a great staff around me. The Dr. Herman Taylor from Harvard University, and also very importantly, the Morehouse University. So a lot of guys don't have the help, the foundation that I have surrounding me, and that's our whole goal today is to allow them that privilege to be connected to such a privilege and such a powerful group that can help the betterment of their life and also change football to make it safer. So it's not about me, it's not about the hit, it's about using everything that I've been through and everything that I will go through to help people that don't have a voice.
Now, I hear you speak very clearly, very fluently, so just know you're good. You're completely – your brain is good.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. And mind you, if it doesn't tell you that mine isn't, your brain good? Like, obviously, I get paid to speak.
And speaking as a medical professional, I think his brain is actually better than about 99% of the people that I know.
So, coming from him, that's huge.
That's awesome.
How did you guys build this relationship? How did you first learn about Ricardo, and how have you gone from there?
Well, listen, I think everybody knows Ricardo's story. What they probably don't know as well is that and they've come to know it. He's an incredibly resilient and intelligent guy. His story is one that is inspirational to those of us in the medical profession as well as people in everyday life. What we're trying to do here is totally consistent with the kinds of goals that Ricardo has in his life. That is, we're trying to help people get to a position to have the fullest lives they possibly can. How are we doing that? The Harvard study, as a theme, is whole player, whole life. We're very interested in concussions, obviously, but we're also interested in their hearts. We're interested in chronic pain and how people deal with that, psychological issues, sleep apnea, and other things that we're working on in a comprehensive way.
So this is something that, as a study, it's not just CTE. It's not just Parkinson's. It's all encompassing brain health.
Right. Well, brain health is one of the things at the top of the list, obviously. It's something that we're all concerned about and we want to do better with. But like the rest of Americans, most football players, when they have serious illnesses, they deal with things like heart disease. Sleep apnea is a major thing, particularly for the big guys who play, right? And sleep apnea can lead to high blood pressure, can lead to other complications. So for us to not focus on those things that the players are dealing with every day wouldn't be acceptable. Partly because we use the players to tell us and guide us into what are the top priority issues for them, what's interfering with your quality of life, and we take the brain trust at Harvard and focus them on those problems one by one.
That last point there I think is very powerful because it's a question for Ricardo. I don't know if players have hit that point yet, and maybe they have, that they're willing to trust the people around them to say, hey, I got messed up, man. Like, I'm not feeling good right now. Are we getting better, maybe the NFL level, even the college level, of a player saying, hey, I'm not bell rung. I'm not, cobwebs are messed up. There's something wrong and I have to get looked at now.
Right. So a lot of guys would never reach that point. And me and Herman was just talking about that. So you have to understand. So a lot of these guys are superior alpha males. So nothing hurts. Everything is okay. I can get through it. And then they're gone. Our goal is for them is to help the ones before they even get to that point. And for the ones that reach that point and say, hey, I need help, we're allowing them this website. We're allowing them this phone number to have someone to talk to, because they can't talk to their younger brother because their younger brother looks at them like a king. Their wife looks at them like, you're the reason that everything we have and blah, 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 blah. So he doesn't have bad days and everything is going to be fine. And that's what we're here for. We're here as a brotherhood to help each other and to be a shoulder to lean on. And therefore, if you have pain, you have whatever it is, either I can talk to you and be a friend, or Herman and his staff can medically help you. So whatever it is, whether you're going through stressful situations or whatever the case may be, we have someone in the right area, in the right place. We have a great team. Only thing we need is you guys so that our work doesn't go in vain.
Super Bowl champion Ricardo Lockett and Dr. Taylor with us right now. We spoke to Hussein Abdullah, who said, I had 5 concussions in 7 years. And I went, when you say concussions, do you mean when you got dinged, when you got whatever, or is it just concussions? And I saw him go, oh, well, if we counted the dings, then I don't know how many I had. Is it how tough, Doc? How tough is it to get that? Like I said, Ricardo's, he knows that one time definitely there was no that was terrible. But like even as just a normal guy, every once in a while I get my bell rung. I'm like, I'm fine. He's got my bell rung.
And these are some of the questions, right? These are some of the challenges of doing this work. We have some of the best neurologists in the world discussing those very problems. How do you quantify? How do you understand the degree of injury when you're not holding the brain in your hand and looking at it? How do you, in a living player, discern that there are real problems? And that's a challenge for the profession. But it takes systematic study, like the Harvard study, to really get to the root of these things, for the diagnosis of the problem and what you actually do in response to the problem. So, without the participation of a large number of players, and right now we already have the largest study ever done in former football players, but we need even more to get the level of data to understand the problem down to its root. We can jump to conclusions. We can say, well, that looks bad, so it must be bad, or we can try to brush all this off. All of those paths are unacceptable. We need data. We need large number of players to say yes to the study, and they can do so quite easily by going to the website and enrolling. It's a very simple step.
Ricardo, I'm going to ask you a football question because you've gone through this process before. All the other former players have played on this big stage, the Super Bowl. Your best advice to the athletes who may be doing this for the first time in the lead up to the big game on Sunday?
The best advice, because it varies, and that's what I was saying, because everybody doesn't need the same advice. Like LeGarrette is more of leadership advice. It's more like, hey, let them know what's going on, this, and that. And to the rookies that's never been there before, it's like, hey, just relax. And it's a regular game. And everything that got you here, everything you did right to get you here, you continue to do that. You don't come in and say, oh, this is a Super Bowl. Oh, man, we got to block harder. We got to do this different. We got to do that different. You don't have to do anything different. It's a normal game. And so it's different levels of advice and different, I guess you could say it's customized. So I don't have a general advice statement.
All right, well, let me ask you this. You were part of the most lopsided victory in recent history when you guys beat Denver, and then one of the more crazy endings when New England was able to intercept the ball in the end zone. Is this New England team beatable? Do you think Philly can win this thing?
I think anybody's beatable in the NFL. It comes down to any Sunday. Are either one of these teams undefeated?
No.
That's our answer.
Ricardo Lockett,
Yes,
it's good to see you. Look great, man.
Yes,
ever get the itch? Ever get the itch to get back?
No, because I can't physically do it, so it's kind of out of my mind.
Okay.
But I would love to be out there with the guys. I would love to, as any soldier would say, I would love to go back and be with my guys. And when you're out, you feel like you left them hanging. But I don't feel like I'm leaving them hanging anymore because I'm working with these guys and we're working for a greater cause. And by the time they get to the point where I am where they're not playing anymore, hopefully we make great strides for the betterment of the game and their future.
That's awesome. Ricardo Lockett, Dr. Taylor, we appreciate you guys. The
Thank you so
website,
much.
footballplayershealth.harvard.edu. Go check it out, learn a little bit more today.
At Ricardo Lockett.
At Ricardo Lockett.
Fantastic. Thank you.